My dear friends, welcome to my channel. In today's session, I will explain about dependency preserving. Okay, in this point of view, here I will consider the relational table with the fields A, B, C, D. Here just I will assume that the functional dependency A implies BC. Okay, now we will decompose this table into two tables. Okay, in the first table, R1 table, we will consider the fields A, B, C, and in the second table we will decompose it into A and D. Now we will check it. These two decomposition tables are satisfies the dependency preserving or not. Actually, in our database management system, two different types of decompositions are there. One is lossless decomposition, another one is dependency preserving. Now in today's session I will explain about only the dependency preserving. Now how we will find out this decomposition is satisfies the dependency preserving or not. Okay, so already we know one functional dependency A implies BC for this table. Now we will check it. Okay, these R1 table functional dependencies and R2 table functional dependencies. So with the help of these functional dependencies, is it satisfies this functional dependent or not? If A implies BC also satisfies with this decomposition, then that is dependency preserving, otherwise not the dependency preserving. Now we will consider the R1 fields, actually the R1 with the fields A, B, C. Now we will find out all the subsets of this relational table. What are the subsets here? A is one subset, B is one subset, C is one subset, AB, BC, CA. Here we will not consider ABC. Okay, so here we have the subsets are available here. So first we will find out the closures for each subset. What is the closure of A here? So what is the closure here? Already we have the functional dependency A implies BC. So the closure of A is A, B, C. Okay, so already A is equal to A. So the right hand side attribute is available in the left hand side, then this is the trivial functional dependency. Okay, so that's why here we will not consider the A. Okay, so here what is the meaning of this subset of closure? Here A derives BC. Okay, A derives the BC. Now we will check it the B closure. So it derives B. So only one functional dependency, that is A implies BC only. So this is the trivial. Okay, no problem, we can't consider that. Next C closure, it derives C. Here we can't this also because this is the trivial. The right hand side attribute is available in the left hand side. So this is the trivial functional dependency. Now we will find out the AB closure. So AB derives AB. So already A derives BC here. So here we will consider the BC also. Okay, here AB, AB. So AB is the, what is the AB? So here AB is the trivial. So that's why here AB derives C. Okay, so now BC, BC derives BC, only on functional dependent, so that's why it does not derive anything. So this is also trivial, we can't consider. Next CA, CA derives CA, and here C does not derive any attributes, but A derives BC with the functional dependency. So that's why here we will consider BC. So C is a duplicate, that's why we will remove it. CA, CA also trivial, we can't consider. So CA implies B. Okay, so what are the functional dependencies for R1 relation? So we will assume that F1. So first A implies BC. Next AB implies C. Next CA implies B. These are the functional dependencies for the relation ABC. Okay, similarly here we will find out the second relational table also with the fields AD. Okay, so first we will find out the A closure, D closure. Here we can't consider the combination of AD. Okay, so only the subsets of AD is A and D. So here A means What is the closure of A? A, B, C. How BC will be retrieved? Actually here the main functional dependency is A implies BC. Okay, that's why we will receive A, B, C. So here A is the trivial. Okay, that's why we will cancel. So finally here A derives BC, but in this relation B and C are not available. Okay, that's why we will delete B and C. Okay, so finally A does not derive anything here. Okay, no problem. Now we will check it the D, find out the D closure. D derives D. Any functional dependencies are available with D? No. Okay, here D derives D only. That means this is the trivial functional dependency. Okay, so finally what are the functional dependencies are available in FT? F2. Okay, no new functional dependencies, only trivial functional dependencies are available. That's why here we will not consider those things. Finally, what is the meaning of F1 union F2? Okay, here F1 A implies BC, AB implies CA. Union means all we will consider A implies BC, AB implies C, CA implies B in the F2. That means in the second functional dependency we here only trivial functional dependencies are available, no use of trivial dependencies. That's why we can't consider. Okay, so now check it in the decomposition, the main functional dependency. What is the main functional dependency here? A implies BC. A implies BC is present or not? Here A implies BC is present. That's why this decomposition satisfies the dependency preserving. Okay, so this is how to check the process, either dependency preserving accepted or not. Okay, suppose here in this derivation we can't find out the A implies BC, then that does not satisfy the dependency preserving. Okay, thank you very much.